Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to Batman Arkham City. So we're going in the steel mill, which reminds me, like, we have not seen an arena fight in a very, very long time. There was one in the steel mill, and then there was one in a museum, and, like, that's been it. So, I suspect we might have another one of these.
Whatever. You know anything about
Although,
Protocol 10? Sounds scary.
I think what we're also going to have here is a...
Really? What is it?
You as stupid as you look. Why would I be calling the guy who runs this place?
I thought he called
like,
you.
maybe we would just have a...
Just stand still and try not to fall over. Understand?
Interesting. This is just like a different way to enter. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and try and take out these guys silently. Combat takedown. Seriously?
What's the bat doing here?
Well, that sucked. So, if you freeze one guy, it's fairly helpful, but I don't think it really is as helpful as it should be. Interesting, this is also the last canister of the Titan formula, which I guess I have to actually place on the canister to blow up.
Now that all the Titan containers are destroyed, I should go back to Bane and see how he's doing.
So there's probably a fight around that. I want to figure out. There's a way to break these.
I'm sorry, Bozo. I can't come to the phone right now. I'm probably off doing something top secret for Mr. J, so I can't tell you what it is. All you need to know is that you should be doing some work. I'm keeping the steel mill free of bat infestation.
Alright, well, we figured out what gun it is to blow up these things. The Harley setup. See, this seems like it's mostly just going to be a puzzle. Yeah, we're kind of in a weird position where one way could be an extra area, or another way could be an extra area, or it could just be different paths. There is a lot of collectibles in the steel mill, and we're still looking for one ability, so we may very well not be able to collect everything. It really feels like this could be the end of the game, but I don't think it is by any means. Now, if I was to put a platform here, seems like you could stand on the platform. Which I think this is what we're doing.
I just heard from my dad. He's been summoned to City Hall. Strange is requesting that Emergency Protocol 10 is activated.
Does Gordon know what Protocol 10 is?
Just that it's the worst-case security measure. Strange told the High Council he had failed to stem the use of illegal weapons within the prison.
Weapons he provided. This was his plan all along.
It certainly looks that way. He made it sound like the inmates were planning a mass escape and attack on Gotham. I'll keep you posted.
So yeah, we know what Protocol 10 is pretty much, or we kind of have an idea of what it is. It's something to bring out like Titan formula or Tiger characters. It's a little shocking that this content is here, because I wouldn't have really expected this in the steel mill, but I guess it makes sense.
Did you see the Joker just now?
Yeah, he looked okay, didn't he?
Yeah, how the hell did that happen? I saw him yesterday and he looked like poisoned crap. Today? Oh, good.
So did he find a cure or what?
Don't know. Last thing I heard was the doctors couldn't save him. Quinn even had me torture some lady doctor to find a cure.
What did she say?
Right up to the moment she died, she was still saying there was no cure. After that, not so much.
Well, who
So
cares?
I wonder if
He's
that's
back.
the lady doctor that
Joker's
we
back.
thought we freed before. Like, Batman is really failing to actually protect a lot of people and make sure they get into a safe
What's up with him?
location.
He looks kinda normal.
Okay, so this has to be a glide kick. We have to go through here. This area seems like it's going to just kind of connect us to areas we've already been. And there's like 16 Riddler trophies. Obviously not all of them are marked, and then 7 riddles. Obviously not all of them are marked. Which, unless there's a whole nother level that we are going to use a freight elevator to take us to, like, seems like we're going to just have to struggle here. Let's, alright. So these guys won't be able to get guns until they open the canisters. So we're back to button mashing. And they're slowly wearing down my health. And it's still just a lot of button pressing. Alright, let's just see if we can get a beat 'em up. XY combo. I didn't hit XY. The way the button combos work are pretty bad. Like, because it is just like hit 2 buttons that happen that were next to each other and you'll accomplish something.
Ooh, I think I'm looking better than ever. Oh, I can hear you all now. How did this happen? Can I get me some of that crazy cure? Ooh, I want answers, damn it, now! Well, here's the thing.
Interesting you have
Answers don't
subtitles.
give you everlasting satisfaction. Sometimes you need to brace yourself for disappointment. Now think about it. Imagine your favorite TV show. You've been through it all. The ups, the downs, the crazy coincidences. And then bang! They
Surprised
tell
that's
you
not a riddle.
all about. Would you be happy? Does it make sense? How come it all ended in a church? You guys just need to know one simple thing. I'm back. Back for good. Now arm yourselves, boys. We've got a prison break to plan. No hostages, no surrender.
See, this almost seems like this is just a video from the first. This was almost certainly a teaser for the that came out before they even said implied Joker was dying. And I wonder if that is Identity Thief, the Identity Thief character. Because that kind of would make some sense to me. See, so there we have another thing. Pause now if you want to read it. We'll just try and find as many riddles and things as possible. Looking around. I still feel like it's very weird that this is not a riddle. And it's weird that this says exit and this is gonna just have us
Let me
enter.
explain to you what's going on. The Joker is winning. You and your boss are losing. Now, we want the Joker to keep winning. So you're gonna tell us everything we need to know about Two-Face's plans. You probably don't want to, I get that. So we're gonna have to convince you. Advance here.
Interesting. That did not work. Alright, well. You have to combo these. To kill those guys.
Help me, please.
So, let's rescue this guy, I guess. At least act like the Batman sometimes and be a nice guy. But then I wonder if he's going to talk to you or give you any information. Nope. And then we just have the terrible graphics. Like, the pop in and pop out on the graphics is awful. Absolutely awful. Right, well. Seriously? So apparently these guys can't even, they didn't even bother to program him to have any kind of different AI or anything. Right. We need this open first. And we need to find some electricity. Yeah, and I guess we'll throw the remote control batarang here. And this can just show us kind of a general idea of where things are. So there's nothing that way. There is something this way that then stops. Where's the electricity though? Guess we'll go up this way and check this out. It seems like what we're going to do is we're going to end up looping back here and having to have to get through this later. Because I don't think it's something as simple as, oh, get through this gap here. I think that probably Well, that's shocking, to say the least. Alright, well. I don't know if I'm going the right direction or not. So you go down this way. You can get electrified. Maybe you climb through that. Man, there's just no telling where you're supposed to go. Because that really does seem like that's going everywhere. I think what you do probably is you hit this, then you turn around, come back. I don't know how you would squeeze through that though. I see a vent over there, but actual hacking of the door open doesn't really seem like something you can reach. Through here, turn around, come back, slow it down. That is totally a hack panel. So unless it really is a case where you're supposed to come through here, and there's really kind of no reason to do it this way. I'm just making life more difficult for myself to try and work around that section. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I tag these trophies. And then we'll throw one of these and then jump and totally miss it. There's definitely a question as far as just like how much this is really going to go. Now, what I meant to say is that there's a question as far as just how much game is going to be like this in the steel mill, and how much is going to actually be encounters. This might be very overly simplified gameplay.
I've hacked into the council CCTV. The council members are coming back. They don't look happy. They're telling Strange that they're disappointed in him, that they never believed Protocol 10 would need to be activated.
But they gave him permission, didn't they?
Good evening. Protocol 10 will commence in 30 minutes. You all have specific orders for this situation. Follow them.
Do you still need an answer? Bruce, I don't like this. Be careful.
It seems like it would be fairly obvious that Strange planned on activating Protocol 10 from the beginning, since we've been hearing him on his radio talk about it from the beginning of the game. I was expecting there to be a bit more of a challenge around the concept of using using these ice grenades to get rid of the steam vents. Feels kind of hollow. So I imagine at this point this is intentional. You're supposed to be able to throw this through here, turn around, and then slow this down. They've made these kind of special points. Although it does kind of feel like you're going to have to probably come in through this point and then target it like that. So yeah, that frees up special floodgates. And there's just no telling if there's going to be any other collectibles. Like there probably isn't. This is somewhat similar to the sequence with the crocodile character, and I'm wondering if this is going to be a surprise where Killer Croc, or whatever his name is in DC, there's like several crocodile characters. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did kind of show up. Is there a specific way to reach that? I mean, you pull this down, which the game never really told you could do that, and then run and jump. And then here we've got an explosive pattern, which I don't know if this specifically helps you much to yeah. The only thing I could think of doing would be coming over here. This probably helps you a little bit. So throw this up here. That way you can get over here. And then through here. And then we're gonna just very slowly try and make that shot. I also see a Catwoman Riddler trophy. We'll want to mark that. It's not a big opening by any means, and this is about the second or third time we've seen a puzzle like this that really is willing to make you suffer. Okay. So now if I do this, I can jump up here. And you can't quite jump through there, so I don't know if that really helps you too much. May have trouble marking that collectible. Another character trophy unlocked. So you have this question mark. I don't know how you could move the question mark so that you could see a dot. Solution not aligned. It's like, where would there be a dot? Seems like you'd have to pour some of this molten lava on the ground or something. Either that, or you have to be on the ground. See if we can end up landing on this. Okay. So it is something where you have to line up your vision. There you go. Yeah, I think the game was fairly generous there. But I'll take it. Still not sure how you would get up in that area. It does seem like there is a brief point where I can get the right bump to let me potentially shoot myself upward, or at least it presents itself like you could do that. But I'm just tapping the right bump like crazy, and yeah, nothing's working. And again, that just might be something that you can't reach at this point. Let's come over this way and see if we can. I really want to mark it, but I feel like the only way I would be able to do that is just throwing a thing there and then flying down to that point and then doing that. Let's see if we can line ride here. No, we can't. So, glide this way, I guess. Actually, I think you can get up this way. One-armed, unarmed hostile. That's not what that looks like to me. Or whatever. in a very different area.
Oh God, it's you! I'm sorry.
It's all right. You're safe.
You're lucky. I could have killed you with this thing.
Believe me, Doctor. When someone takes a swing at me with a pipe, they don't get the chance to apologize. What's been happening?
I did what you said. I stayed out of sight and kept an eye on what they were up to. They've been placing things on the floor in the next room. I don't know what they are.
Sounds like Joker's trying to stop me with mines.
Will it work?
Do I look worried?
Worried? No. Sick? Very. You look terrible.
Don't worry about me. Get back to wherever you've been hiding. I'll deal with the mines.
So apparently they just needed to warn you about the mines, so they gave this character a lot more dialogue than any of the other characters. Which I guess, fair enough. This is weird. There's definitely something there marked, but I don't know what it is. It may just be some new thing we have yet to run into. See, that's the pieces of the head. There's another riddle. Pause now if you want to read it. What was the point around that? See, it's not even on the rails, and that might be because of a higher frame rate issue. Okay, so we worked our way around through this area. We weren't able to get a couple of the collectibles, which is a shame because I was kind of hoping that we might be able to do that. Let's see, steel mill. We will be able to make a certain level of progress, certainly, but I was not expecting mines.
Not even with yours.
That's funny, man.
This is that area we were in before.
Of course she did. I mean, look at me. I'm gorgeous.
So what's the deal with Jay? It's better, right?
It's a freaking miracle. Yesterday he looked like crap. Today, the real Joker's back.
Thank God. I mean, who the hell wants Harley in charge? Between you and me, she's nuttier than he is.
They reattached. They reattached some of these grates.
Hey, my dear, why don't you go and fight Batman while I make a daring escape?
You guys better hope she didn't hear that. Enough screwing around. Get these mines spread out.
So are these mines going to really pose a threat?
Let's make this quick, boys. Important operation that I just dying to have done.
Bad man doesn't stand a chance.
Okay.
Arkham City.
It's the Bat!
Alright, well, this is probably going to get me killed.
He's up there!
What?
Up there! I see him!
Yeah, these guys have massive hits on them, and I don't know if that's...
be up on your feet and trying to stop me?
His face now is back to normal, which is interesting. So this might have been the one point where that upgrade towards more stealth would have been helpful.
Man, you should have seen his face.
That's funny, man.
That thug's armed with proximity mines.
Do it? Of course she did. I mean, look at me. I'm gorgeous.
So what's the deal with Jay?
What? Sure it came from over there. I'll cover the door.
What?
Come on. Thanks.
I'm reloading. Someone cover me.
Time to die! I got him! He's over here!
Yeah.
Use some kind of smoke. Hey, wake up, man. Come on. Wake up. Show yourself, chicken.
I'm sure it came from over there!
He's up there.
Is that the sound of one of your faces hitting something hard? I hope so.
You heard the this way! This way!
How
Barely
much do I need
succeeded
to hurt
there.
you?
You don't. I'll talk.
That was never in doubt.
And see, I really wanted to get that one because any
Well, that
increase,
was terribly disappointing, wasn't it?
like,
Still, look on the bright side. I'm feeling much better. How about you?
alright, well,
Protocol 10 will commence in 20 minutes.
so the mines don't go away. I could disarm the mines. Yeah, that really does just feel like another example of an area that wasn't particularly well designed as far as a stealth mission, and in a section that was a lot more difficult than I would have liked it to be, considering I'm playing on normal. There's all these mines everywhere, so it's kind of hard to feel like interesting. Pause now if you want to read this. So this is like Harley's office. Wouldn't be surprised if these flashing lights meant something, but they seem to be fairly regular patterns. Yeah, I really don't imagine that more than half of the players would get through some of these sequences and actually have a stealth experience versus just a very generic experience of brute forcing your way through things. Guess we go through here. Unless... Oops. Yeah, there's just no telling if there's actually collectibles in this room. I guess there are. Alright, well. Let's find these breakable collectibles first. There's one. And then let's turn around and find this Riddler trophy. Should be, it's like lava here, which should experiment and see if that does anything to alleviate the lava. Doesn't seem like it does. Back around here. So I assume that this is probably just a run and slide thing. Which that lets me get a little bit more health. So I appreciate that opportunity. Yeah. We can walk through one door or we can walk through the other door. It's probably better to walk through this door so that we can get a potential drop on them.
I hear you, buddy. How's it going anyway? It's all good. I'm in position. Room's mine. I see Batman. Boom!
Hope you're right. The Joker looks like he's getting ready for a war. If Batman's out of the picture, we may actually win it.
That worked out. This is the gargoyles, right? I just need to take them out too. Boom! Batman's on the ground, and I'm putting a bullet through his brain.
Nice. Let me know when he's dead. I want to come down.
So he's gonna come and try and take out the gargoyles in this
Get
next
in
room.
line. I'm having the mask. You can have what's left.
And there's mines all over the place. So it's like you can't really you can't really go on the ground, and you can't really go through the air. I think this is the trick. To just wait until this guy decides to let us move further. And I think there really is only one issue here.
No way is Batman getting across this room alive.
We can see Harley Quinn and her skeleton, and she seems to be kind of tied up or restrained. It's funny, you can see her pigtails with the x-rays, but whatever. Is there a collectible in this room? Like, you don't even really want to take on any major investigation into a room if it's just going to be completely full of, and see, this side was open before, but yeah, if it's just going to be completely full of enemies. Have we hallucinated? Or why would somebody... Alright, I guess this is where we're going to be told that the real Mr. J is still sick, and this is Identity Thief who has tied her up.
Wow, look who it is. What do you want, B-Man?
Kind of crazy how she'd be able to be caught.
I'm not telling you nothing. I'm not even going to tell tell you about the crap Joker took from Freeze and locked up in the boiler room.
They made sure to make her skin load in.
Don't you dare!
There we go. So we have now a new side mission to get the stolen equipment.
Stop that! What are you?
And see, instead of hitting women, you've got this benevolent
You don't stop doing that.
sexism.
I'm gonna tell Mr. J, and he's gonna. Well,
Where,
he's gonna be mad.
like, all the other bad guys get their heads smashed on the ground.
Dare!
And all you can do to Harley is gag and ungag her.
Did you have fun beating up a defenseless girl? What are you?
Like, I keep thinking there'd be an achievement around this.
You don't stop doing that. Don't you dare!
Well, apparently not. Somebody programmed this where it would have
If
made...
you're gonna keep doing that, then I'm not talking anymore.
Like, it feels like it would be so much easier to not have the lines of dialogue written, not have Harley...
Don't you dare!
Not write these dialogues, not program in that function, just have it...
If you're gonna keep... What are you?
Yeah. But, I mean, for the rest of the game, you should be able to, like, knock her out. And they're totally not letting you do that. I mean, I can't call it anything other than what I see. And what I see here is definitely some benevolent sexism, which often is not recognized. But also, on top of that, you look at her outfit and you see very standard, just over-sexualization and objectification of Harley Quinn. And then, of course, you also have the slight bondage factor in her being tied to a pole, although in all fairness that wasn't depicted particularly oddly. But of course you do have that whole history in which Wonder Woman is all about the bondage, or it can certainly be taken that way with her lasso of truth. So our main story is to locate Joker. Our side mission is to find the equipment in the boiler room. We're fighting with these I wouldn't be surprised if this is in the Scarecrow section. I wish there was more times in which you could look out windows and see the city. Like, it definitely highlights that they at one point weren't even thinking about having a city, or they didn't have much developed to as far as good looking angles outside windows. We'll take that trophy and we'll leave the other one. It would be crazy if it turns out you have to switch between Batman to hack these things and then Catwoman to pick up the Catwoman trophy. I think it'd be fairly crazy also to go through this room to expect there to be anything else in this one room, unless this was going to be an elevator. There could be a riddle in this whole area, but yeah, who knows?
You heard all that Protocol 10 bull that Strange has been spouting?
What the hell's his problem? Didn't he give us these guns in the first place?
Yeah, I thought he wanted the Joker to win.
Me too, but don't you think that's kind of crazy? Who spends billions of dollars building a prison and then gives everyone guns?
You got a point. Hey, you weren't at the asylum, were you? Well, I was, man. Sharpie was weird too. Just like Strange.
Yeah, I heard a bunch of patients died under his supervision.
You shouldn't listen to gossip, man. No way is Quincy some kind of... Look out! That man's here!
What else have we got? We've got like 3 guys. Meanwhile, there's a whole area over here. Here's a different design of our outfits that honestly I think would have been slightly better, although it's still kind of ridiculous. Pause now. I guess pause then if you wanted to read that. I think this is much more realistic though. It's not showing anywhere as much belly. It's not showing a tattoo. Of course, this is on a doll. Higher boots, longer skirts, less cleavage. I get the idea that they needed to change it from the full bodysuit that was in the cartoon, or that they felt the need to change it. I'm not sure if I actually agree with that. Honestly, I think I would have liked this series, and I think a lot of people would have liked this series a lot more. A, if it played better, but B, if instead of it playing better, it played exactly the same and just happened to be better. Let's see, where's the other guy? Over here? Yep. It probably would be better also if they didn't remind you of the fact that you could have potentially been looking at the animated series version of Harley Quinn. Okay. So if I was to go up to where the Joker is, in this area, that's where we were. And we came in through a different door. And then here, I believe, was just this is just different areas. The Joker's sickbed concept art unlocked. We'll go back this way. Back up here. I wonder if the idea here is you couldn't use a line. Yeah, doesn't seem like you can use a line thing on the side of that. Which means you can't use a line rider on the side of that. Definitely feels like there would be more paths. Like, didn't we come through that door? Or did we come through that door? We came through that door. So, if we take this side mission, I think this is probably our best bet. Our only hope, though, would be that this section doesn't turn into a bunch of things that we need that last upgrade for.
Why are we searching?
She probably just got lost. You know what she's like. Still, at least Jason
weeks he's been locked up in that little room, killing all the doctors who can't fix him. And then suddenly, he's all good.
Jimmy said he just saw him heading outside.
Jimmy's full of crap. I just saw him over in the fun home.
Really? Weird. Guess Jimmy.
We're moving. Thank God.
Why ain't the power back on?
Who cares? We're moving. We're going up. Why are we going up?
It's not me. I ain't doing it.
Interesting. Well, that seems odd. So you're in this tiny little box. Let's see if we can get a combo with the AB special. See, there's just too many people too close for comfort in this. And so you're just banging them against the walls. Alright. Well. Okay, so...
Man, you must have really hated your mother.
Like you wouldn't believe.
She ate it all.
Didn't give her much choice.
Killing your own mother with a poisoned birthday cake. Jeez, I thought Joker was around.
See if we can get a double takedown. Nope, it seems like it's become even more difficult to get these double takedowns and all the stealth stuff. Well, this has proven to be worth it. Heat signature concealer, we'll take that. Which that basically just undoes the ability that's the problem that they created themselves. Next time I guess we'll go with the cryptographic power amplifier, unless we want to try and get the freeze proximity mine, which honestly it might be better to be careful and get the proximity mine. Yeah, and we are making good progress. As far as Riddler trophies. New. It feels like what should have happened here is there should have been a trophy for trophy trade. For every Riddler trophy you got, you would get a 3D model of each character. That probably wouldn't bounce out particularly well because of just the factor that there's a heck of a lot more trophies than 3D models that they have to show off. But maybe they should have been more 3D models. I mean, you can double the number of thugs just by having female thugs, female versions of thugs. Yeah, there's 2 more breakable objects, 2 more riddles, 9 more Riddler trophies. If we zoom out, it seems very believable. And in this area,
Screw you, Penguin.
get him from Penguin?
So you have a green informant guy sitting.
Everyone knows they hate each other.
So where did the guns come from then?
How the hell should I know?
Is there any way
I'm telling you,
to do
Joker
this?
knows where to get the best. Screw the bird.
Like you'd say that to his face.
Who? Cobblepot?
Yeah, no prompt at all there.
You're gonna die tonight.
Alright. Let's go ahead and get the freezer guys. Let's see. XY to combo and disarm. AB to special ground pound. I wanted to interrogate this guy.
Tell me everything.
It's interesting that this is a bigger, fatter character.
No problem.
Let's collect this freeze technology and figure out what it is. Freeze cluster grenades creates a large freeze blast explosion capable of hitting multiple items and enemies at once. Great. It's not what I was expecting, but that does seem to imply that now when we have encounters like this, we can just hit entire groups of people. Okay. So you had to break all those to get the Riddler trophy. That's fine. It doesn't feel like we are unlocking any new health upgrades though. It seems like you can double your health and that's pretty much it. There is an explosive thing over here. And of course it was asking too much that this would have been the side mission that would have given the cure to Batman, which honestly I don't think Batman needs it. He's not feeling anywhere as sick as he looked. Pause now if you want to read this. See, apparently we got another one that I guess pause now if you want to read this one. Yeah, these Arkham City stories are like we are almost done with them. New concept unlocked Stoner Steel Mill production line by completing a row. Which that's different than what we unlocked before. We're looking for one more riddle.
Once assembled, do these two become one again?
I think I probably know where I missed that one. And a lot of these other collectibles I think are fairly obvious that they're off in different directions this way. Okay, well. Back through this door. I find it slightly strange. Interesting. I wonder if I'm supposed to be hitting this weight. You have that counterweight, but it doesn't seem like a thing you could get on top of. Yeah, we also know that there's only one more puzzle riddle, so I don't really need to take pictures. Because I basically know, let's see. We could go back to the loading bay in the waste exchange if we wanted to, and we probably wouldn't even find anything. Can we actually go back to the loading bay in the waste exchange? No, I don't think we can. It was this door. And so just walking through these doors and waiting for the riddle to appear will tell us. Once assembled, do these two become one again? So we are looking for a solution to this riddle, which this is basically exactly the area you don't want to be in because of all the mines, so let's just see if the mines are still around. Yes, they are. So let's experiment with this. Seemingly does not work with interesting. Yeah. So the cluster bombs are the freezing ability. Not helpful. We are definitely somewhere different. There's a whole second section there. Suppose we should test and see if the cluster bombs will work there. Yes, they will. New character trophy, lieutenants. I like the idea of the bumper cars. Let's see. Yeah, but I don't think I want to waste the time to to like disarm any of these proximity mines and then potentially have to wait 5 minutes. Oh, there's an invisible wall there. Interesting. We may not find the riddle solution, but we may still succeed greatly just by finding the... That's an odd picture. By finding more of the remote Riddler trophies. Man, I really am just completely brain has shut down. This game has just turned my entire mind to mush. One was already tagged. Path was already open. Alright, before I go back into the smelting chamber, let's walk through the store and see if it gives us the riddle. Yes, it does. So we know it's in this area. Yeah, we know it's somewhere around here. And we know it's not just a lineup puzzle either. It may just not be really worth your time, honestly, to do this. Particularly with all of this nonsense going on with the explosives things. Could it be way up there? It really doesn't make sense that you would be able to make it this far and wander through these different areas. So I don't know if this is just a really tiny thing or it's some other, like it's not a breakable object. Let's see, if we walk through this door, this is loading bay, and it doesn't give us that hint. It makes as much sense that it wouldn't be in here. It's in the assembly line. Once assembled where the two become one again, this is obviously talking about the ARM characters. The Siamese twins. Or controlling twins, I guess that's what they've been called for a long time now. Okay. So there must be some other secret thing. This door doesn't open. This door doesn't open. This shouldn't be that difficult. I vaguely recall there was an area we haven't visited yet. Oh yeah, I remember in the first game, whenever you would zoom in on these computer things, they would slow down every now and then. But they never really played any role. Yeah, I don't think I can find this. This area. This might just be a case of a place where Catwoman has to be able to access the area too. That may just be it. That there's some Catwoman level . Yeah, I don't even know what I'm looking for. We've just been all over this area. So maybe it's something that shows up later. Meanwhile, I'm wearing out my health for no good reason. Yep. And this is probably a great example of what could easily happen here as the game, as we potentially try to collect everything in the game is that we'll have riddles that just don't really make sense. And we won't have something pointing towards the solution. And as such, I'm a little surprised there's a radio there and it's not doing anything. Alright, well, that was a big waste of time. I think that really goes to highlight how there's not quite as good of an experience here as you would like as far as actual video game experience. Seems like the riddles should be more riddly in the sense that you actually could solve them instead of just being frustration sinks and random concepts. I guess this is where you got kicked out the window. I guess maybe they rebuilt the window. And see, the only thing I could think is you're about to get knocked out, and like 12 to 20 hours later we are going to finally be able to play as Catwoman again. Or maybe this is a weird end of the game.
Manners cost nothing, Batman. A please wouldn't go amiss.
See, he still looks way worse.
If you wanted to be cured so badly, you only had to ask. It looks like I need to teach you some respect.
So either that's a hallucination, which I guess
There's
it is.
nothing you can teach me, Joker.
Oh, come on. There's always something to learn. Let's start with getting your ass kicked 101. Seconds out. Just you.
Interesting. Alright, so knocking him down.
Stop! I can't take anymore! You win! You beat me! Hang on. Did I say me? I meant me and these guys.
So I guess this is a fight where we are... Oh, here's the guy. He's back.
This is gonna hurt, freak.
So the question is, are we trying to beat Batman, get a huge combo with our health increasingly decreasing? There we go. That's what I've been trying to do.
You're not going to reach the Joker. I will stop you.
This is getting boring. Maybe a little tight to spice things up. What are you gonna do,
You're not going to reach the Joker. I will stop you.
So I have to remember like what all the attacks are specifically. See, I don't know if this is just a hallucination or what, because Either that or I'm just about to die.
Hold still while I pound your face.
Trying to get on the Titan, but it's not working. See, I'm not really sure what we're trying to really accomplish here. Seems like maybe we can... Seems like we could probably have won that.
Get up, bats! Hey, you ain't looking so good.
Yeah, seems like we're just gonna have to wear down the bad guys with one Titan. Alright, so probably start with... So these
You remember Mr. Abramovich, right? Don't worry about it. He's mostly armless. Get it?
So we'll want to use Abramovich as much as possible. And we're gonna try and get rid of as many people as possible. And focusing on the Joker is kind of pointless because
I'll kill you, Batman!
so some people are getting rolled over by the carts. Titan doesn't even seem like it wants to show up this time, which just makes it feel like the game is it doesn't seem to me like there is a it doesn't seem like there's a real challenge here. That changes.
Oh, bats! If you only knew what I have planned.
So it definitely feels like it's just one of these scenarios, once again, where playing on normal, you're going to just fail 3 times. And mostly all you want to do is just have this more timed experience than anything else.
You remember Mr. Abramovich, right? Don't worry about it. He's mostly armless. Get it?
Hey, could we try the group grenade? seems like we're doing better this time.
This is getting boring. I will spice things up.
Yeah, I don't know if there's something, if we really need to take out Abramovich, or if we can just really buy our time, like, and use them to our advantage. Because, like, we really are down to a few of these. Come on.
Aren't you supposed to be up on your feet? And
Am I supposed to run away?
stop me?
Is that the trick? See, this is really the point where Batman stops feeling like Batman and Batman starts feeling like somebody else completely. Like,
Let's give a big hand to Mr. Abramovich. I mean, it's not like he could use one.
let's keep him frozen and then out of our way for a while. So we want to just still try and get as many people off the field as possible.
This is getting boring.
1, 2, 3. And then alright, well, these people.
Get up, bats! Hey! You
Super
ain't
stun, the
looking so
temporary
good.
daze infected henchman, allowing you to attack without retaliation. But, like, sometimes we get the Titan early, sometimes we get it fairly late. Right. This is what I would want to do. I want to try and freeze as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. If we can beat that. If we can get Abramovich eliminated fairly quickly.
This is getting boring. Maybe a little Titan will spice things up. It's the joke. I will stop.
Let's see if we can freeze the Titan. So I don't really know, like, whether I'm trying to let's see if I can knock this guy's. That was not what I meant to do. Nope. I totally have the wrong weapon equipped. Let's see, we got one of them down. But we're still struggling. So all that really proved is that
you just die.
Alright, well, let's end this recording here. Give myself a 5-minute break on this because we're not getting anywhere. And we're already gone like an hour and 40 minutes. Obviously, that proves that we can beat them all. So they want us to beat them all. This probably isn't the final boss fight. If it is, then Protocol 10 and Strange and all of that seems to be teases for a third game, which would be kind of crazy. But yeah, that would be fairly crazy. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. Sad way to end an episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.